I wake up to the same old fight, chasing shadows in the night. Promises made, but I let them fade. Caught in the cycle, I'm feeling betrayed. Round and round, I'm losing ground. Trying to break free, but I can't see. These negative patterns are haunting me. Nights turn to days, I'm losing my way. Thought I found peace, but it's led me astray. Chasing the high, but it only brings pain. The more I run, the less I gain.
Hey everybody, hey, and welcome to another session of Tarka Said Again. And today in the office, we have with us Michael Bend. Welcome.
Welcome. Hey, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? Shouts out to everybody out there. What's happening?
Yes, what happening? Now, Michael, he is a FAMU classmate of
Yeah.
mine. We went to the Hill the same year.
Yeah.
Yes, he's also a screenwriter, and I say that because he wrote the movie Two Preachers on a Mission,
Okay.
and he's also a DJ, and anything else he want to tell you. But yeah,
Why you
you're
ain't
like,
putting that?
oh,
Why you ain't putting that? I'm a stripper too. I'm the first midget Chippendale.
no, okay, he's all of that. And trust me, listen, this experience on the set, he showed yes, everything. You hear me? All the talents, they came out.
It definitely did.
I didn't realize his personality had so many facets to it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I got in a lot of trouble in class. A lot of trouble.
Well, I want to first start and say you left me hanging because I wore this hat specifically for you because you always be rocking a fedora.
Hey, well, thank you kindly. I try to put it together. And the day I got my skull cap on, today, when y'all see me out in public, I really plug in, but when I'm home, I really unplug. You know, it's like I definitely have a yin and a yang to my stuff. Like people think I don't even listen to rap music or
Really?
at my home, no. Like people think the individual they see on stage and the camera is who I am, and that's not me. Now don't get me wrong, that is a part of me, but that's
Right.
not who I am. If you ever get the opportunity to come in my home or my vicinity when I'm away from the industry, I'm a totally
Right.
different person, and a lot of people are in shock. Like, wow, I never knew you had this side of you.
Right.
Hey, this podcast, what is this podcast like? Go to everybody, or it's like adult podcast?
It's adult, but
Okay.
teenagers, it's not for children. We'll say it like that.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Okay, the reason I asked, I remember one time I was dating this girl, and when they see me on stage like this, go, 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 go. One of her homegirls was like, "Darn, do he have sex like that?" I was like,
Oh,
"Oh man." Yeah, I'm like,
she was
nah,
trying to
nah.
see.
Yeah. I'm like, man, y'all.
Well, to piggyback off of what you were saying, as far as you have this professional Michael on set, on stage acting, and then behind the scenes, it's a more laid back, non-scripted Mike. You get what you get.
Right.
So, can you give me your day to day? If I was to say in the life of Michael Ben, what does that look like as far as away from movies or away from the stage? Other ways that you generate income, if that makes sense.
Oh well, I guess that's two, because I make income. That's like a two-part question you just asked. Well, first, a day in the life of me is I try to get up about 6 and I give like 30 minutes to God and worship, thanking for waking me up and thanking for my health. So I try to do like prayer, meditation, thanks for about 30 minutes. And then about 6:30, I wake up my kids and then get them ready for school. And then I do that. So like, that's my regimen in the morning. When I get back, I try to do about 2 hours, 2.5 hours of marketing with social media. First, I drop them off. I try to, get back on my workout plan. And then I do about 2.5 hours of social media marketing, checking social media, mails, hires, and things for the day. That's just in the morning. Now to answer the second part of the question was other ways I make funds is I do a lot of hosting. As I was in Orlando for the Classic with Pat Nix, I was hosting at Mango's,
Right.
and then
I saw that.
I was at Dunbar. The Dunbar is another real nice building downtown in Orlando. I was there hosting. So me hosting is like coming from Tallahassee. We used to go to the Moon back in our day, and you would see like the
Yes.
DJs on the mic. So that always fascinated me, but I didn't have the discipline to sit and learn how to physically spin records. So I took the easy route and just became the person on the microphone to talk and motivate the people, because I realized I was a public speaker. I just took it in a
Mm-hmm.
entertainment fashion. So I get
Mm-hmm.
paid a lot to do that. I'm really a people's person. I love to make people, not make, but I try to indulge in people's having a good time. So I've been doing that since college, and people pay for my service of like, hey, Mike, I want to have a good time. They pay me, and I put this good time together on a very large scale. So that's another way I make funds. And then plus, once a year, I do a vacation trip to the Virgin Islands where I take a group of couples to the Virgin Islands.
It's a nice getaway.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a hustle. Our line of work, it's a hustle.
Right. Well, in thinking about the movie, because as you all know, this is the guy that made it possible and invited me to the set to be a part of his movie. I had the opportunity to be in the church scene as well as the club scene. And he
And the
really,
dancer, and she dancing.
yes, yes,
And she
yes, I was a
dancing.
background dancer.
Yeah, she's a background dancer. Yeah, yeah. Wait, the homecoming. I put that up on the screen.
Oh goodness. Oh yeah, we can't forget that because we're supposed to be putting it together for the alumni. It's
Yeah,
our
the 30th.
30th. Can you believe
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, we
Oh
getting
my
old,
God.
man. We getting
We
old.
are.
But
So going
I got to get on that group and get everybody together though. So we got to get that together.
we do. Going back to the movie, what
hmm
inspired the story behind two preachers on a mission?
I've always been a vessel for God. Like some of God's, this gonna be kind of, y'all put your seatbelts on. This gonna be a little long. I've always been a vessel for God. Most vessels for God are troubled individuals, so they can relate to the issues and problems of the world. So I did have a lot of fun and indulgement in my younger years and trouble, and I've seen it all. I've been to college and I've been to jail. So I've seen both sides of the coin, and I knew deep inside there was a calling for me, but I knew in my heart I wasn't going to stand in a pulpit, because the temptation in a pulpit and the responsibility of a pulpit is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a responsibility or a target that I wanted to put on myself or my children. Because how you in the pulpit and you still, drinking wine, and I'ma still do my hosting my events and stuff like that. And I know I wouldn't stop that, because that makes me feel good, and that's just who I am. So a pastor told me, he was like, well, you know what? A pulpit might not be a place for you. You might be an evangelist. And I'm like, what's that? He said, evangelist is like a person that leads people to God or lead people to the church, so the pastor can introduce them to the word, and hopefully that word will, change their intellect of pursuing a higher power or pursuing whatever you call, your name for God is. So I was like, I think that's me, because I was always good at promoting parties. I was always good at getting y'all to come to events and do stuff. So I was like, all right, that sounds like a job. So I'm doing my due diligence for God. So this movie was like an opportunity to show people that God is still in the healing business in a very comedic way, because I can walk in venues, I can walk in prisons, I can walk in jailhouses, I can walk on the street corners. I'm from Duval County, well, Florida, and I can walk in certain places that a pastor probably wouldn't go due to
Right.
his credentials. I can walk in those places and I can relate to a dude that's facing years in prison. I can relate to someone who just graduated from a college. I can relate to somebody who financial aid didn't come on time. Like, I can relate to these people. So the movie was like a relatable situation to all these fashions to where I could relate to them to get them in. So it's a comedy with all different kind of wild stuff, but in the comedy, it's a message of, first off, breaking down religion, breaking down the law, which is the Ten Commandments, and showing that God is still in the working business. So when you do see the film, it's going to be a lot of comedy, like a Friday or Coming to America. It's going to be a lot of comedy and comedic timing, but throughout the movie, you're going to see messages that will stick to your subconscious, because you're not even going to realize you learned the Ten Commandments in this film. You're not going to realize that God sends people to help you. God shows you these different things. So that's really what inspired me to do this. And what really got me is everybody always talk about cricket preachers, cricket preachers, cricket preachers, cricket preachers, cricket preachers. So I use that narrative of buffoonery to get your attention. Oh, here goes some more cricket preachers.
That's creative. That's
I
very
use
creative.
that to get your attention, to pull you in, to really give you the real message.
Right.
So
And
I guess that kind of sums
that
it up.
I think that's key because that shows your creativeness. I mean, if you think about in dealing with children, the best way to get a child to learn is through play, through
Right.
music, those
Right.
fun type things. And before you know it, they've learned it, not knowing that they've learned it, if that makes sense,
Right. No,
versus
that
a
makes a lot of sense.
lecture.
Nah,
Right.
you're right. You know how kids is. In order for them to take medicine, you stick the straw through some candy, but the medicine at the bottom. So you trick them into
Yeah.
taking the medicine, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. And
Right.
just hearing you share that you've experienced both institutions in the
Mm-hmm.
school as well as in jail, locked
They
up,
say,
whatever the case is.
yeah. Hey, look, government funded vacation.
Yes, yes. But both, are considered institutions, and the fact that you can share out from both perspective, that's always good. And pinpointing some of the trickery that takes place with religion. And for me personally, I try to stay away from religion. Like, I don't like to say that, because when you look up religion, like, that opens up a whole nother can of worms if you've ever done it. But it's like, what is religion? Because everybody has a different POV when it comes to religion. And you
Right.
pointing out the various ones that holds these positions, and we see that a lot of them fail at the task that's been given, but you've decided to be able to pour back into people or still teach the word without the title, if that makes sense. In fear of possibly you just don't want to fall short of anything, you know what I mean? Because those are restrictions that are put
Right.
on man. And if you think
Right.
about it, you just made me go back to the Bible. When you think about the children of Israel and the law that was given, he knew that they weren't going to be able to keep those commandments, but they were
Right.
given to them to let them know this is what it's supposed to be. This is what you should. This is what you should not do. Yes, we
Right.
know there was some disobedience, but I like that because the generation today, I feel that they've kind of just shied away from spirituality, because a lot of people get caught up on the religion because we see, the negativity that comes with it. So it deters people. But just the fact that when we talk about spirituality and just recognizing and honoring and glorifying that you have a creator, he's the one that's allowing you, to have your being, to move about, your animation as an individual, right? So in knowing that and giving credit to him, I think our generation have shied away for those things and they don't talk about those things. They're
I
not
mean,
sharing it with the next generation, if that makes sense.
nah, the generations don't share it. I just had this conversation with my auntie about a couple of days ago. The reason they don't share it is because most religions try to, man, I'm gonna speak it how I feel.
Pigeonhole.
They manipulate the word of God because God is not in the speaking business until you're to the point to where you're ready to receive his word. Meaning, if I was a prostitute, a hooker, a hoe, a hustler, a pimp, a gangster, whatever it is that I'm out here doing, and if I'm trying to turn a better life, the first thing you try to do, if you have no knowledge of God, what's the first thing you try to do? You try to go to a church. But then when you go to this church as a woman, you got this deacon or this pastor, this person trying to sleep with you, and you trying to find God. And you like, God, all I ever try to do is find you. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know the word. I don't know the Bible. So it's like God said, don't
Distraction.
trust in man. But if I ain't never read the Bible, how I know I don't trust man?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're not a person of the Bible, you don't understand the parables in the Bible. You don't understand the synopsis. You don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason
Mm-hmm.
the new generation has turned away because a lot of preachers and religions has made it seem that you have to come through me
Yeah.
to get to God. And I'm like, why I gotta go through you? You just a man. But that's the
Right.
way
As
they
I
make you
am.
feel. Yeah, they make you feel condemned. So this new generation, due to AI and social media, they're starting to realize that church is quiet as kept is obsolete because God is within you. Church
Mm-hmm.
is a form of fellowship to come around like-minded people, but churches have become to the point to where they ridicule you more than people in the streets. So why do I
Yes.
got to get dressed to get ridiculed or
Right.
judged? And
Judge. Mm-hmm.
those are my thoughts of why the younger generation are starting not to participate in church because church is supposed to be a fellowship,
Yeah.
not a ridiculement. So that's my logic on the matter. And that's another reason I wrote this film because I'm showing the younger generation that God is in the healing
Them.
business, and you don't have to go through a church or a pastor to get to him.
Right. Now, you remember when I asked you early on why you were playing so many parts? And you remember what you said to me? When I was like, why you gonna play all of them parts in the movie?
Yeah, because sometimes you can give somebody a script or even a text message. You can give somebody let somebody read a text message, and the way you read it and the way I read it could be different.
Right.
So my vision for that character is what I have in my head. If I'm not directing you, what better way to make that character believable and to get the message across is for you to play it.
Right.
And that's how I end up getting into hosting because I had my first gig. I had this girl hosting. She was like a radio personality, and she wasn't giving me the energy that I wanted for the room. And that's when I end up getting into hosting because I was like, nah, I wanted to be fun. I wanted to be this, not just no bland, oh, hello, everybody. So that's
Right.
why I end up playing all those characters because I could relate to them for one. And then two, I felt the message was coming from my spirit and my soul versus somebody just reading the script and reacting it.
Correct. Now, I know that you wrote the film as well as starred in it. Do you think you wearing both of those hats figuratively, do you think that that shaped your approach to the character and the story?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I've been
overall?
playing these characters for like 10 years. Like I took a stage play, I took it on tour. It definitely shaped a lot of this. Like I have a very broad imagination. And that's what a lot of schools have taken out. They taken out the art of being
Yeah.
like they're taking the best artists and the best entertainers are children at heart, because children still dream, children still laugh, children still have imaginations, children still create. Adults is more like money, 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 money. So they lose the art of creation. That's why you see some of the, I know this gonna sound crazy, but, and I'm hoping that that didn't happen, but some of the biggest artists, you see they associate themselves with children because they can
Mhm,
relate to the
mhm.
magic, the creativeness and the imagination that they have. Adults imagination has just, it's withered away due to the system and due to money. So yeah, I definitely say these characters are, people like Medi is, man, we getting deep. Damn. It's like black people are so, men are so condemned for playing old women. And they try to
Mhm.
paint the narrative of, oh, he gay because he put a dress on. No, you're not gay, because why none of the white men that put on dresses gay?
Right,
It's
right.
it's the art of a character. And the reason you see so many black men where the character, think about it, most black men play the grandmother, right?
Mhm,
Think about it, from
mhm.
Eddie to Martin
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Ricky to Tyler to like all these different people play the grandmother. You know why they play the grandmother? Because majority of the time the grandfather wasn't in our house. Secondly, the grandmother in most houses were the pillar of the home. So all they're doing is paying homage to someone, to their Martin Luther King or to their Malcolm X or to their president, which is their grandmother. Because your grandmother would take a switch and beat your ass, and your grandmother would rub you, kiss you on the forehead, and tell you everything was going to be all right. Your grandmother
Right,
was the one who had a pistol in her purse, and your grandmother was the one that would, you get home and she would cook you a home cooked meal.
right.
So all these, black men, all they're doing is paying homage to these black women. And we as black people have just demonized, oh, he gay, he gay, he gay. Like they tried to say I was gay because I portrayed my grandmother. I'm like, yeah, well, put me in the room with your old lady and see how gay I really am. And shut the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no
But
disrespect to
I
anybody
think
who gay. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But they try
right,
to they try to weaponize the fact that you have the artistry to create from that vision. I grew up, my
right.
father wasn't in my life. So where did that put me every afternoon or every Saturday? At my grandmama's house. And I saw this amazing woman go from cooking, cleaning, taking care of, protecting. No matter how many grandkids she got, she always sent me something for Christmas. Little stuff
Mhm.
like that just shapes who we are. And
Exactly.
it's no more grandmamas no more. Grandma now, she want to be 60 sexy in the club.
Right, 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 right.
She don't want to be a
That's
grandma
what
no
it
more.
is. But listen, not only that, I think people just need to do their homework because going beyond, say, the black, culture, acting, it stemmed years ago, many moons ago, where men wore dresses on stage. Like that was a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So people just need to do their
It's
homework.
if you gay, man, just be, come on and be gay. Like, don't, the hiding, all that. That's the hiding is like, if you gonna, when I grew up, Lonnie and Herb was gay. And I knew they was gay, and that's cool because they good people, they got good spirits, and that's cool. But just be what you is.
Mhm.
Don't be hiding with it and trying to be sneaking with it, like showing me you something that you ain't. Nah, don't do that.
Right. Well, from the previous week, we had the film producer, Lynn Gibson, and I asked him the same type questions as far as challenges from his perspective as the producer, challenges that he has faced during production. So I'm going to ask that same question from either as the writer or the actor. What were some challenges that might have been posed as that initially, but of course you got through it because you finished the movie? So, what were some challenges you would say?
I mean, the challenge is organization. You got to have a team organized that understands the vision and the goal of what you're trying to pursue. That's one. Secondly, the challenges, I mean, it's a lot of challenges. You got weather, you got locations, you got people getting sick, like you put together this whole monstrosity of a set day and you got a girl who got a runny nose, or me. I don't know if you paid attention to it. Well, no, you only came on the club day and the church day. 2 days before that, I'm putting on like Beijing to make my beard black for a character. My face broke out. Like my face was
Wow.
like irritated and my skin was peeling. It was like crazy. I had to figure it out because I couldn't stop
Hmm.
a whole day of filming because my face is burnt up from this Beijing I didn't put on my face. So it's it's a lot of challenges. Like
Okay.
people don't realize the severity of making a film. Like that is hard, especially when you don't have the budget.
Right. I get you because
We
people
got
see
this certain
the end
yeah.
product.
Yeah. So nah, it's a lot of challenges. That's why everybody don't do it. If it was easy,
Right.
everybody would do it.
Correct. Correct.
Especially
Are there
not doing 51 characters. I did 51 characters.
He said
51.
that was one thing he said it was a lot of cast members for your independent film. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 51.
Right.
51. That's a lot of people. I won't ever do that again.
Are there any moments on set that stand out as far as might have been most memorable? I can tell you mine.
Uh, I believe in spirits. Oh boy, because we was filming this. You gonna see it. We was filming this part. It was like a Ku Klux Klan scene, right? It's a comedy where basically two of the preachers are like hustling the Ku Klux Klan for some money. So I kind of flipped it. You know what I'm saying? Like Ku Klux
Mhm.
Klan was doing their own thing, and we infiltrated their situation. As come to find out where we were doing the Ku Klux Klan scene, it was a Ku Klux Klan grave like 200 yards
Mm.
away from the actual land that we was on. And the Ku Klux
Wow.
Klan, no, true story, it freaked all us out when the owner told us. The land that we were on, they used to have rallies on that same land, and we didn't even know it. And it was this scene where the Ku Klux Klan dude who was playing, and he's not a real Klanman, he was just an actor playing a part.
Hmm.
He was like, I wrote this monologue like a real preacher, and he was like, "You're monkey music, and we don't do this." And the fire was just burning. And when he said monkey nigger music, the fire was like it blew real big. Just we
Wow.
didn't put no we didn't put like no gas on it, no lighter fluid. It just blew real big. It looked like a spirit came out of that fire. It's on film. Y'all gonna see it, but it scared all of us. We're like, all right, cut. We done. We got the hell out of there.
Okay.
Nah, we're like, all right, that's what's up. Man. We got the hell off that land. But that was a surreal moment that it looked like something came out of that fire.
So it had its own special effects. You didn't have to tap into
Oh no,
nothing.
yeah, we had no special because it was like we started off circling around the fire saying, "White is right, white is right, white is right," and when he started preaching, that fire said, "Whoosh." And people,
Wow.
when you see that part in the movie, you gonna be like, "Oh shit!" Like it's dope.
Well, I'll say
Yes,
what
yes.
my part that I like. Of course, I wasn't there throughout the duration of the movie making, but the part with your sister, you seeing your sister and you having to bring forth the emotion that was touching for me from what I witnessed, through my time of being there. Yeah, and I remember you was like, yeah, I won't get that out of me anymore. And then it was like cut and we kept on
I mean
moving.
that part came from a surreal moment. Like
Hmm.
my real sister is actually dead.
Right.
My best friend's sister, when we had our break in between the club scene and that church scene, she
Hmm.
died.
Okay.
My best friend's mother died 12 days before that. So it's
Wow.
like this
Okay.
is a woman that raised me from like 1987, you know what I'm saying, to now. And it's like
Mhm.
I had all that pain, but dealing with this film and dealing with everything, I didn't get a chance to um
Process it.
process it and just really mourn for it.
Right.
And I wrote that, like, that character Cheryl, my real sister name is Cheryl. My real sister really did die.
Got you.
So it's like reaching down and finding that hurtful place to go there was real. That's why I didn't see it because I was in it, but it was like all of y'all to see me, jumping around, acting foolish, clowning and all that, to walking down that church aisle crying. Y'all was like, what in the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I could feel it when I was up there talking. Y'all was like, I can't speak for you, but the ones I did kind of break character and look at, people was really like, oh shoot, this boy is really gone.
Right, right. So for me, final question.
All right,
Being that I have a story to tell, right? I wrote my book, Addictive Patterns.
right,
Being that one day I want to experience putting it on the big screen as you have,
right.
what advice would you offer to me?
People are always looking for stories. Film people always looking for
Agree?
stories. Turn it into a script. Like now it's so easy. You could scan your book and get with AI, Chat GPT, and say, hey, Chat GPT, turn this book into a movie script. And
Got you.
they'll do it. It's that's why Hollywood is at an all-time strike right now, because they don't want AI writing the scripts anymore, because you could take your book and scan it through Chat GPT and it'll turn it into a script, and then you can turn around and you can sell that. You can sell it, or you can get somebody to shoot it. And if the script is that strong, then somebody will pick it up. Like the same way Lynn and Wayne picked up my script. When I told them the
Right,
premise of the movie and the thoughts of it,
right.
they were like, holy crap. Like, you really, really, really got something here. So my advice to you would be, take it, because you're a writer. If you wrote a book, that means you're a writer. So take
Yeah,
it, yeah, take it and run it through a movie cinematic program and just have them convert it. And then start pitching it to production companies. Pitch it to Lynn, pitch it
got
to
you.
Wayne, pitch it to anybody. And somebody gonna grab it if the
Got
book
you.
is that good, yeah.
It's that
I would be,
good.
yeah, yeah. If
It
it's that good,
kills.
yeah. If it's that good, then yeah, you can
It's an award winning. I've already got an award on it.
yeah. So if
It's that
yeah,
good.
so yeah, so nah, run it, because people are always looking for good storyline. Actors are a dime. You can get actors anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You can
Right,
get production
right,
companies anywhere, but it's
right.
rare that you find a person that can really put that pen to pad. That's hard,
Correct.
because
Yes,
that's your imagination and your creativity.
right. And I did that. And that was before AI blew up the way
Mhm.
it has. It's authentic. But I definitely appreciate you sharing your story with us, giving us your organic and authentic self,
Mhm.
not shying away from your personality. And again, I will always be thankful to you for providing that opportunity for me to experience the movie set. And I look
Yeah. Well,
forward
let me
to
ask you this: what did you experience? I mean, I don't know if that was your first movie set or whatever, but I know me and you ain't probably seen each other almost in what, 24
forever.
years, 25 years. Like,
Yeah.
what was your experience with everything?
On the
What
set.
like? Oh yeah, on the set, actors, just the whole production itself.
Yeah, well, overall, and I kind of shared this with one of the producers. I was sharing because, like, many years ago, I got a chance to be on The Lion King, right? Like a commercial type thing. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of extras and whatnot. But what I shared was being on your movie set, it was more personable, right? You tried to make everyone feel comfortable as well as others that were there, rather from the person that had the most money down to the person who didn't. You tried to make
Mm-hmm.
everybody feel comfortable, no matter how many titles you had behind your name versus one that
Mm-hmm.
didn't have one. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
you included everyone. And I feel that that goes a long way because relationships is what makes, projects successful, because I'm going to always go back and share my experience with others, right? So word of mouth, we know, travels further than anything else. But in all, just I love the setting. I love the people that were there. And it really made me feel comfortable. I look at movies now differently as far as looking at, the credits and seeing who did what. And I never really paid attention to that, but it just made the experience amazing for me. And I want to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate you joining us here on Tarika Say It
Nah,
Again.
I definitely appreciate you. I hope that I gave the viewers what they want. I didn't talk at your podcast. I talked to the podcast where
Correct.
the people that got a message. And if I had to leave a message with anybody that is or will watch this podcast, first and foremost, she's an amazing individual. She will be successful because she took it upon herself to go hang out with somebody she ain't seen in 25 years. We didn't know each other. We knew of each other. It's
Correct.
different. You know people and you know of people. So with her, not
Right.
even like we knew of each other, and she still spent her dime and flew and was like, whatever you got going on, Mike, I'm gonna come. I want to indulge myself in what you got going on, and she did. And with me being the spirited person I am, I reciprocated her aggressive indulgement by saying, "Hey, well, I put you in here, I put you in there. Make sure you get some
Right.
camera time, and hopefully
Right.
this can springboard some of your platforms." But
Thank you.
secondly, I would say that for anybody watching this, whatever it is, your God given talent, follow it. Meaning, some people don't know. Whatever it is you love doing every day, if this is what you could do, something you like doing every day, and you
Hmm.
don't get paid for it, 9 times out of 10, that's your God given talent. Singing, writing, cleaning, whatever it is, inspiring people, showing people a good time, making people laugh, making people cry, whatever it is you are good at that you enjoy doing and you don't care about getting paid, that's probably your God given talent. Pursue that. Whatever that is, pursue that. And if you pursue that to the best of your ability, 9 times out of 10, God will open up the gates for you financially, for you to make money with that. And most people
I
deter
believe
from
it.
that because they're scared to be broke for that long period of time until they master that craft.
Right. I believe it and I receive it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again. And those of you watching, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to iHeartRadio,
Right.
YouTube, and Spotify. Have a good one.